especially in the Western world, we see depression as a sickness, as a thing to be cured. If you think about depression, sure, it's a clinical term, but it can be so wide, right? It's such a wide term. Where does it stem from? What does it mean, really? What makes a person depressed? I would say there's a lot of things that can make someone depressed. It could be school or work or just existing. There can be a lot of reasons you feel like down, you feel suppressed. What could make a person depressed? And maybe you are depressed. Maybe you know exactly what's making you depressed. All right. What is the thing, the common theme with these things that cause depression? Well, and what does depression mean? Well, I've been thinking about it, of course. And don't all of these things put pressure on you as a being? So, is the thing that's causing you depression not putting pressure on you in some way in which you think or feel or do? In some way, you cannot do what you want to do because of that thing. Most likely. Most likely, you'll feel bad, won't do the things you like, you'll isolate yourself. Those are all feats of depression. And I feel like we're missing a huge portion of the experience of depression and the lessons therein, I think. We tend to find these symptoms, right? Isolation, sadness, maybe you're you have thoughts of suicide. Um, like we see these symptoms, and then we're like, oh yeah, that's depression. So it's like finding symptoms to link to a sickness instead of finding what it is that suppresses you and what it is it's trying to teach you. Because a medication will not tell you to change your ways. And I am all for the right medications and stuff, although I refuse to take any. It's a very clinical view, right? It's very cold and leaves no space for self help, really. That's why I do these videos. It's to explore what you can figure out yourself without medicine, just using this thing in here. So we talked a bit about depression, what it is, really short. I want you to use your own reference of depression for this video, not mine. That's why I keep it short. So that's that's what makes it personal, right? I don't want to feed you the information you have already. You have everything. So just end it here. Okay. So we talked about depression, and then I want to get into expression. So I think one of the antidotes to depression might be expression. What are you? Who are you? And why is it that this certain thing hurts you so much? And if you are in a depressive state, you will most likely ask yourself, why is this happening to me? In the sense that you are a victim. I had to think about this a bit. There's two things happening. in this sentence. And it's the sentence is, why is this happening to me? And first of all, it's the fact that you're a victim, right? This sentence indicates that you are a victim. Then at the end, you say, to me. Why is this happening to me? Why are you so special? I want to ask. Why do you think it's just happening to you? And it's not just something that happened, right? And this might be a bit vague, but I'll elaborate. The opposite of a sentence like that, quite a depressive sentence, would be an exclamation, an expressive state. So the mindset wouldn't be victimized. It wouldn't be, why is this happening to me? I am so poor and sad, which, right, it's fine to be sad if you are in an expressive state. Then you would rather say that you are here and you are doing X, Y, and Z. You are, I don't know what you are. I can, from my experience, I can say I am becoming a social worker. I am a boxer. I am someone who likes fitness. I am here to help people help themselves. And I am here to spread the love I have for life, right? Those are all exclamations. These are all expressions. If you are in a depressive state, do you think you can say those things? Do you think those can exist at the same time? Do you think you can say that life is happening for you, through you, as you, instead of it happening to you if you are in a depressive state? So, what I'm getting at, because we're getting a bit entangled in the specifics, maybe, depression is definitely a clinical term, but it's mostly mental. It involves a lot of self talk, a lot of negative self talk, and this is usually what you go through in therapy. But I find that a lot of people work like this. Why is this happening to me? Why specifically me? Why? I am such a miserable person. These things always happen to me. And saying these things will reinforce your identity as a victim, as a person that's suffering. You have heard of affirmations. They also work negatively, right? It's a big part of mental health is being able to talk well about yourself. How difficult is it for you to say you love yourself? And how often do you say that? Maybe in your head, but maybe you dare to say it in real life as well. Speak it out, express it, right? How difficult is that? And how easy is it to completely knock yourself over, bury yourself in the ground, piss on it, all right? Completely let yourself deteriorate in your own self image. So, what to do if you are in a depressive state or you are willing to be more expressive? You don't necessarily have to be depressed. Maybe you want to find out who you are and what you're good for. Then you have to do that, man. You have to act, you have to do. If you have things that excite you, things that you think are your passion, things that you love, things that make time go by real quick, things that don't feel like work, things that you don't get stressed about, right? Those things. Do a real deep dive on them, right? What can you do with these qualities, with these talents, with these interests? Maybe you like bugs. Maybe you like bugs and you know like a lot of details about them. It has its limits. Like, what can you do when you know a lot of bugs? Well, what can't you do, right? You know who else loves bugs? Kids. And who's to tell you you can't do a seminar for kids about bugs? How cool is that? And who wouldn't let someone with a lot of knowledge do that for free in school sometime? Just an idea. This is just one idea, right? And I know you probably don't like bugs, but I'm using just a random thing. So, say you like playing guitar, say you like making music, say you like whatever, express, create, and you don't have to hit a home run, man. You like straight mess every time for like 1,000 times. And then the one time you'll see that something clicks and you're like, wow, why does this work? Why does this feel good and it works? Well, it's because you tried. It's because you kept trying. You kept going. To express yourself more, to find yourself more, to be more of who you are means to go out into the world and express more of yourself in some way. What you will see is that the world will come to you. You will find yourself. And with that, I mean you will find out you will find out more about yourself through others, through the things that you aspire to express, right? So you will find yourself maybe in a job, in a friend, in an enemy. You will find your worst behaviors probably in an enemy. Why do you hate someone? Um, you can find yourself in a sport, in a pet, in like you can find so much about yourself out there. Internal qualities, internal things. So you can see that I have like, you can see I have like bluish eyes, right? Like that's something you can just see, but there's a lot of things you can't see. And how do you find out about those? It's expression. It is not standing still and saying that the world is happening to you. It is happening to you because you are not happening. You will be handled if you do not express yourself. The world will happen to you if you do not let it happen through you. Whoa, 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 guys. Oh, shit. So let it happen through you. What is it that you think you can do in the world that should happen? What should happen? What good should happen? Are you a really loving person? What kind of love can you spread? What kind of music can you make? How can you make people feel? If you know the horrors of feelings and being forced to feel a certain way, then you know you can force someone to be at ease around you, to trust you. And I don't mean that in a weird way. You can be so open and loving, calm, that everyone just takes a deep breath around you and doesn't worry about time and stress for a second, right? They can just be. It's the essence of what I'm saying. We are all just trying to be, and everything is just happening to us. What if you can take action and be the pawn in this game that helps others be? Surprise, surprise, it's not all about you. This whole play is not all about you because you don't know who you are. You can think it is all happening to you, but it's not. You don't even know who you are, silly. You have no idea, silly. You have some hints, right? But there's too much to explore. And that's the issue. Start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Say you love reading books, right? Start a book club. If you manage to read a chilling amount of books every year, then what is it that makes it so easy to read for you? Because I am not a reader at the moment. And I don't have any interest in it, but I would like to know, like, why, when do you read? How do you read? See, that's a genuine interest for me. And there's a lot of people out there that are wanting to know of your interest, and why you do it, and your top 10 books and books on certain topics that are good to read. Do you get what I'm saying? What if this person never expresses themselves? What value goes to waste? And this is not about money. I haven't even talked about money yet, but this is value. And if it has value, people will pay whatever. They maybe won't even pay you in money, they'll pay you in time or whatever. Money isn't the thing, especially not when it comes to expression. You talk about what you love and your interests and you're genuine, then money doesn't matter. And the real value oftentimes goes to waste in an environment of money where money rules. And that's why people become depressed as well, because they can't express themselves in their regular job. And that's why I called it as a depressive factor. You cannot be yourself in your job or your school or your, I don't know, what's holding you back, right? If you cannot be yourself, then be more of yourself. I'm sorry. You, I heard someone say, I think it was the one actor, Jim Carrey, I think. Depression means you need deep rest. And that's a silly way of looking at it, but you need deep rest from your character, from your identity. It is not helping you. You are tired, you are depressed because you cannot express. There are parts to you that you are not able to express. We are creators. We have to create, and that's what's missing usually in a job, in school. There is no creative process. Let's not talk about AI, guys. Fuck that shit. We already don't have a lot of creative processes in our society. And we introduce that shit. Like, come on, man. You can't be for real. So, we are creators. We have to express. Otherwise, we depress. That is my theory for this one. So, I'd like you to think about it, let your mind loose, give me some feedback as usual, right? And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I have some ideas lined up. I've been just, I haven't been expressing. And we all have this issue. So I'll try to get to expressing more, and you'll see more from me soon. Thank you for the views on my recent video and the response to it. It's great. I really like it, and I want to do more and interact more with you guys. So it's not like I'm blowing up or anything, but it's a really fun thing to do, and it's exactly what I'm talking about. Express yourself in some way. I don't need, I could do this for myself, right? I'm talking to myself right now, having so much fun. And that's what it's about. It's not about the views, the money. It's about creating. And it's really fun. Whatever you create is really fun if you let it be. So you are in charge. See you next time.